What's going on, everybody? It's your boy James, and today we're going to be showing you guys how to do a CMA for a client. So let's go ahead and do it real quick. So we got a call from our client the other day, and they want us to take on a listing. So I'm going to show you guys really quickly a quick and easy way on how to do it, just using Zillow. Nothing fancy. All right. So before we go on our listing appointment, we asked the client, hey, what is your address? And they sent us our address. So this is the property that they want to sell. And what we want to do is we want to save it on Zillow. Okay, so now that we saved on Zillow, let's go ahead and go to the property. So here's the property right here. What we want to do first originally is we want to take key notes. All right, so I'm going to go into my email, and I am going to email myself some of these notes, all right? So let's go ahead and draft an email real quick. And this is a CMA, right? CMA. And this is just a comparable market analysis, just so that we can have some information to give to our client during our listing appointment. Let's go ahead and look into what Zillow says. So let's paste that there. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and email ourselves just some comparable, so then we can have a good idea. This one, Zillow says it's worth about 400. So I'm going to put Zillow's estimate in there. So Zillow says that's how much it's worth. Let's go check to see what Redfin says. Redfin will say that this property is worth, let's see what Redfin was. Redfin says it's worth 359. So this will give us this is a huge discrepancy, but I want to add, so this one is subject property, okay? I'm going to put subject P, all right? So subject P right there, subject P, property. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some criteria, which is this, it says here's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. We can list it as a 3-bedroom, 2-bath real quick. So let's go paste this right here and look at Redfin. Redfin says it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath also as well. So tax record wise, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, I'll just say 3/2, 9,000 square feet, 9,006 square feet, built in 1967. So I'm gonna say 1967 is the one. I'm gonna say built 1967. And then I wanna put the square foot in terms of the lot size. So lot size 8,000, right? 8,270. So lot size 8,270, roughly, okay? 276 if you want to make it more accurate. Let's see, what else do I want to add in there? Let's see, and that's pretty much it. Okay, oh, another thing, single level, okay? Single level. All right, so that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and copy the zip code right here. We've already saved this, so let's go ahead and exit out of this one, and let's remove the boundary. Let's go ahead and reset everything. All right, and let's go ahead and paste the address on here. Okay, so since we reset everything, here's what we see. Homes in this neighborhood are selling for around 460. This one's sold for 460. This one sold for 435. What we want to do is we want to look at sold, but we want to look at square footage. So this is the property square footage. I want to look at anything that's 1,500, max 2,200. Year built, I'm not gonna be concerned about year built. Single story only. I'm gonna do within the last 90 days first. Let's see. All right, so within the last 90 days. So these are the two homes that is sold within the last 90 days. This one and this one, okay? So really, these 3 homes right next door sold within 90 days. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this one right here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put sold, and then I wanna paste that one in there to email to myself so I can send it to my clients for them to see. And then this one right here. And what I want to do with these is I want to show my client that, hey, the point of the CMA is to give us an idea of what homes are being sold in that area. So when we talk to the client during our listing appointment or during our meeting, we just pretty much educate them, and then they make their own decision from there. This gives us a really good idea of how updated the house is. This is definitely really nice. This one sold for, so I'm gonna put some comps in here. This one's 420K. This one, the square footage is a lot smaller. These are important factors in terms of the CMA. This is a 3/2, and then the square footage on this one is 1590 SQ. And then I want to look at the lot size. Let's look at the lot size for this. Lot size is 6,069 lot size, and then it's updated. So that's sold already. I can say sold. I can say this one is sold on 5/31, 5/31/2024, and this one has been the last thing that 1960, so same year built. Let's see, they listed for 425 and they sold it for 420. So listed, I'll say right here, listed for 425K, sold for, right? This is important because it'll give you an idea of how much they want. So that's one. We don't really need that many CMA, guys. Let's look at this one that sold for a little bit more. 4-bedroom, 2-bath. So this one, let's go ahead and note this one sold for 4K. Yeah, I'll just say 35K. I wonder how much they listed it for. So they listed this one for, yeah, 475. And then they did 1, 2, 3 price change. 3 price change. So 475K. And then they reduced. This is what you don't want. You don't want to reduce it too much for 50K and then reduce to 429K. This is what happened when, so they reduced it quite a bit. So let's go ahead and go back. Let's add some notes on this one that they reduced. The point of us doing this, guys, is that we want to give our client this information so then they can get a good idea of what homes are going for in that area. 5/30, 5/30, all right, /2024. I normally just want to get 2 or 3 sold, and then I want to look at our competition, sold in our competition, sold within the last 30 days. Lot size, let's look at lot size. I already got the square footage. This one's 1818, so I'll say SQT 1818, and then I'll say lot size is around 7,680. So lot size 7,680, right? All right, so now that we got a couple homes that we identify, we can be more accurate and price it by per square feet. We can price it based on price per square feet, but nothing is 100% accurate. So what I want to do here is I want to go ahead and zoom this out a little bit more, and I want to go to 6 months and see. So this one right next door sold for 460. This one's 6 months out. I want to keep this one also as well. 3 to 6 months out, right? What I want to do is I want to paste this one in there too, just so then the seller can see they for 460K. But my question is, how much did they list it for? So I'm assuming that house that sold for that listed for 475, they probably saw this one and they probably want that top dollar. Sold, so they sold this back then in 2023, and they listed for 469. 469K, and this one is sold February. So this is the February is normally one of the best time to start listing your home, February and March. So keep that in mind, especially for the Fresno market. And this one has a pretty good sized yard. So yard size lot is 8,000 square feet, 8,085. And then the home size is around, it's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath. So the extra bedroom, 5/3 bath. So the extra bathroom the extra bedroom and bath really does help. So this is 1794, right? 1794. Okay, square feet. So now we pretty much have everything that we need for this particular property. What we want to do now is we want to look at listed. Let's look at for sale. Let's zoom out real quick. I want to take out, what I want to do is I want to take out the 6 months. I'll do any. And then I'll definitely keep the home type, bedrooms. I don't have to worry about that. Let's go ahead and remove everything. Let's go ahead and reset all filter. Let's zoom out, remove boundary. Let's zoom out. Let's see. In this area, there's not that much competition. I want to look at single level, right? Single story. Guys, there's many ways on how to do a comparable analysis. This is just a quick and easy way for me to research before we go on to a listing appointment. Lot size is pretty important. I'm going to say 5,000 to 10,000 square feet. That's going to be apply. So there's a couple. This one looks pretty promising. I like this one, but the square footage is pretty small. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take some of these and I'll just say active. So I'll say active. And then what I'll do is I'll just copy some of these. And then I'll just say 3-2. I'll say 3/2. And then this one square feet is 16. And I'll tell my client this one, you know, that the square footage on this one is 26 square feet. Yeah, and I want to, yeah, this is not a great comp, but for 15K, right? Not a great comp for this one, but it shows us like, okay, so is our house better than 415? Is our house better than 395? So 397. So this one's 397. So this one is 397, it's 3/2, and then 397K. And then let's look at the lot size for this. 1626 square feet, lot size. Let's see, what's the lot size for this one? Lot size, so 620. Okay, so that one is not a super good one either. This one, I think this one is fair. I think these two are really fair. So this one is a 4/2. And then they're asking for 450K. Yeah, this one has a pretty good sized lot. Lot size 9,450. Yeah, and then the square feet of the house is about 1786. Okay. Let's do one more just so that we can get a good feel. This one right here, they're asking for similar price. Oh, is that the same one? There's two of them. That's the same one. Let's look at this one. So they're both asking for the same. So this one is 559. Yeah, they're asking for the same price. So 559. Yep, they're asking for the same price. It's the same house. One is remodeled, one is not. And they're asking for 450K. See, so then your buyer will shop around. So you want to 1786 square feet. Yeah, your buyer will shop around. I'm pretty sure this one is an investor. So 8833 square feet lot, right? Lot. Okay. So 7 days on market. Okay, so now we have pretty much a baseline of our CMA. Okay, so now that we have a baseline of our CMA, I'm going to email myself this. What I want to do here is I want to create like my recommendation, right? So this is the square foot lot is big. Zillow says it's around 436. I'm going to tell my client that, hey, there's always a range. I'm thinking based on what I'm seeing, there's always a range. This one is 450. I will say this house should be listed for, I want to say 439. Suggestions 439. 439, we're not going to get 439, but we're going to try to, or 429. I think if you want to sell this house quickly, I'm going to say between 429K, right, to 439K, okay? Now, I'm going to say you can do it for a lot more because these two sold has a lot smaller square footage. It'll probably be closer to this number right here, to be honest with you. It'll probably be closer to this number, but this one has 5 bedrooms. It's going to be tough. I'm going to try to tell my client 439, and then I'm going to say it's most likely closer to this one. I'm going to say 449. Just because, I mean, they can try to get that top dollar depending on, I'm going to see if I can get them top dollar. So I'll put 59 because what I'm going to do, I'm going to say 429 to 459. I'm going to try to get them that top dollar in this range right here. And the reason why is because it all depends on how their house look and is it move-in ready, okay? How does the house make people feel when they walk in? So when we do our CMA, this give us an idea of, okay, this is kind of course, what I can do is I can estimate it like price per square foot and all that fun stuff, which I can do. But once I do my walkthrough with the client, then that gives me a really good idea of everything. So now that I have all those, I'm going to close out some of these tabs. And what I want to do is I want to go to the Old Republic title. So go to Old Republic title, set up an account, talk to Caroline, and she'll set up an account for you. And then you want to log into your Title Pro 24/7, okay? So when you log into your Title Pro 24/7, you'll be able to get access to the house. So what we like to do is we like to access the tax record. It's super important that you access to the tax record because you want to see who owns the property, what's the name and all that stuff. So this is the person that owns the property. You want to convert that into PDF, all right? And then download it. And then from there, I want to get the name of the person that owns the property. So now I'm going to download this, all right? Save it into my download section. And then what I'll do is I'm going to attach it. Here, I'm going to attach it in here, okay? I'm going to attach my tax record in there so then I can see. Another thing that I want to do is I want to, now that I have that section down, I want to create a listing. So go ahead and go to your zip form, create a new listing, punch in the name of the address, we'll do residential, and then we will import our listing template, California purchase, California residential listing agreement, and then from there we'll just go ahead and create a file, and then we'll create a document, go to our cover sheet, and then we'll just punch in the name of the seller name in here, and then we'll call it good, okay? Oh, another thing that we can punch in here is we can start working on the address, seller address. So let's go ahead and punch in the address real quick. And guys, these are all public records, so you don't have to like stress out about like personal information, all that fun stuff. Okay, so state, California, zip code, and we'll punch all this number in. Okay, all right, so we got the California transaction stuff, that's my license number. This is just our listing agreement. All right, so now that we have our listing agreement, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and there's a couple of files that we want to put into our listing agreement. So before we go on a listing agreement, we need to have our residential listing agreement form. Let's go ahead and move that over. And then we got to have our seller property disclosure questionnaire. Got to add that in there. And we got to have our real estate transfer disclosure. So those are the 3 documents that we normally have before we go on our listing. Let's go ahead and review this. I am going to be representing the seller, and this is my name, my brokerage name. Let's see, seller information. Let's put the seller information. Listing agreement date, we don't want to put that commencing. We can have it expired. We'll fill that out later. Enter into list agreement on this date, and then we'll punch in that later when we talk to the client. All right, prepare date, parcel number. So the reason why we go into the title is because we want to get the parcel number. So now that we grab that property detail, let's go ahead and punch in the parcel number. City, Fresno. Zip code, let's go ahead and throw in a zip code in there. So I'm just doing the listing agreement and the CMA and everything all together, just so that you guys can see how we do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and throw in the zip code in there. And guys, these are all public information, so there's literally, you guys don't have to worry about it too much. This one is described in Fresno, California. This property is probably sold as probate. Listing price, we'll leave that unchanged. Listing dollar, we'll leave that unchanged. Percentage, we'll leave that unchanged. Because what we'll do here is we'll fill this out when we meet with the client, because commission is negotiable. Seller agreed to pay broker, that's unchanged. We'll leave all this unmarked because we want to work on it with the client when they're there. But seller, broker received instruct broker to market the property. So we can have the property on this date or this date. It doesn't matter. Beginning of this listing agreement or the marketing. So it doesn't really matter. I'll leave that unchecked for now. Clear cooperation policy. We're just double checking, right? Double checking everything to make sure we have all the boxes that we need checked. And that's pretty much it. Seller, okay. All right. So, I'm gonna put the date right there. And that should be it. Yeah, that should be it. Yeah, okay, so all these are seller property questionnaire. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check this box and I'm going to download it into a single file. And I'm gonna email it, I'm gonna attach it in here, and I'm gonna email it to myself. And then the next thing I wanna do is I want to create a seller net sheet, right? So let's go find a seller net. So let's go to my computer and I wanna look at my file. Let's look at my residential 500K model. Let's look at seller property analysis. Let's look at seller net sheet for this one. Let's create a copy. All right, so now that we create a copy, what we want to do is put the address on here. Let's go ahead and open it. All right, so let's go ahead and change the name. All right, so I'm going to change this real quick. Change the name of this. All right, I'm going to suggest sales price to be, say, $439. Okay. I'm going to say 6% commission fee or 5% for right now. Seller name, I'm going to just put seller name in there. All right. This is not the street name. I'm gonna paste the street name in here real quick. Give me a second. Because, okay. All right. All right. That's pretty much it. But I want to edit this real quick, seller name. And then because this property doesn't have any mortgage, then if we were to sell for this much, this is how much the seller would net right here. And that's pretty much it. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and download, create a PDF. So this is like a rough draft of what it'll look like. But what I'll do is that I'm going to share this document, and then I'm going to make anyone who have the link, I'll copy this link, and then I'm going to seller net sheet. This is just a rough draft, so it doesn't really have to be accurate. And that's pretty much it. All right, I am going to send this to myself. And now I am ready for my CMA. I'm ready for my listing appointment. I have everything I need for my listing appointment. So now when I meet with the client, I have the CMA, I have everything. I'm gonna reply to myself in listing PDF, SPQ, seller property questionnaire, and the transfer disclosure statement. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attach my file that I just download. There we go. Now I have everything I have the listing agreement, I have everything that I need for my listing appointment. Of course, what I'll do in the listing appointment is I will print this out with me, and I will go to the client house to fill it out, right? So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna print this out, bring it to the client, fill it all out with them during our listing appointment. I have pretty much everything that I need. During our listing appointment, I'll bring my tablet, we'll change some numbers, I'll bring my laptop, and then I'm gonna show them what I see here. So let's just say we sell the house for $459, or I'll say $449. Keep it nice and sweet. They'll have that much money left. And yeah, we'll call it pretty good. So that's that, guys. Let's leave this page. We have everything that we need for a listing agreement. It took us about normally 30 minutes to do our research to get everything all together before a listing appointment. So anyways, guys, this is James with James and Maurice on List with the Fam Real Estate Group. Guys, if you are currently a real estate agent looking to add an extra $300,000 plus a year selling real estate in a brand new market and profiting consistently using system automations and internet marketing in a brand new market, all without spending more than 4 hours a day in your real estate business. Even if you're a brand new agent, little marketing budget, and nobody knows who you are, all without doing any open houses or door knocking, register for our free training, okay? We have some really awesome free training right here that can help you get to that next level. This training right here is 100% free. It doesn't cost you guys anything. And what you'll learn in this training is you'll learn how to find your niche and position yourself as the expert in the local market so that you can be popular and dominate your competition. So then everybody know who you are. What you'll learn in this training is how to get a stream of leads online, chasing you down daily, begging you, helping you represent you for their real estate business and purchase. And then you'll learn how to automate your business and get the best sales agent in your market, which is yourself, to work for you 24/7 without ever complaining, leaving you, or taking a break. You'll learn a lot of cool stuff, right, guys? And then in this training, you'll learn why people fail in real estate and all this good stuff. But ideally, guys, we have some really good testimonials. We've done really good results. And yeah, just go ahead and start your free training. Go to newconstructionclass.com so then you guys can consistently make money, learn how to make money selling real estate and selling new constructions or any type of niche that you want. All right, guys, James here with the James and Maurice on Real Estate. We're going to be signing out. Hopefully you guys enjoy this type of content. See you guys next time, all right? Peace and love.